Hi guys, welcome to this video. So in this video, I want to talk about a Leet problem, which is finding the last duplicate in the given array. So let's say you have an array like this, and they ask you to find the last duplicate. So the answer should be 4. Why? Because if you see here, all the duplicates that we have are, so duplicates, I'm going to put here, duplicates that we find in this array, -2 and 4. So these two values are repeating in this array. Everything else is only once, right? So, but the answer is 4 because 4 comes at the very last. At the very last, it's the last duplicate in the array, and that's why the answer is 4. If you had, let's say, -2 here and 4 here, since -2 comes out to be the last duplicate in the array, the answer would be -2, right? I hope it's clear what the expectation is. Okay, so let's write a program to make it happen, right? So private static, we're going to be returning the value, so it's going to be last duplicate that we see, and it's going to be um, array of numbers. Um, so the way we're going to be finding this is, first we're going to be storing all these numbers one by one, right? So we're going to be storing these numbers one by one into a list. And if we happen to come across a number that is um, already there in the list, we're going to be checking the index of that. And if that index comes out to be greater than the previous index, that means we have a new maximum duplicate that we're looking for. Right, so let me just write the program, and as I write the program, I'll try to explain it to you in better terms. Right, so here you have int. This is the output we need to have. So let's say it's output, and this output is gonna be integer dot min, sorry, min value, and we're gonna be storing this in a list. So in list of numbers. So let's say you have values array list, right? So and then what we're going to be doing is we're going to have a for loop, and this is going to be nums dot length I plus plus. Okay, so now what we're going to be checking, so let's say I'm going to be, this is the current element and nums I, right? If values contains your current element, that means we have at least one duplicate. This is the first time we are seeing a duplicate, so that means this values list already contains this element. So what do we need to do with that? So if the value contains that element, right? Um, so now what we need to do is we need to check something here. So we need to do output equals math.max, and we need to see if the current index is greater than the previous index. So it's going to be index this and output this, right? So what this means is, like, so I'm going to take an example after this once I write the program. So if it doesn't contain in the values list, that means we need to insert it into the values list, right? So dot add current element. Okay, and then once we loop through the entire array, we're going to be returning the output. But what if there is no match, right? There's no duplicate? In that case, we need to return something. Let's return -1 in that case, right? So if output is greater than or equal to 0, right? That means we need to return output. Otherwise, we're going to return -1. Okay. So let's run this program, and let me try to explain it to you one more time. But let me just run this program one time. So system.out dot print line and last duplicate, and let me just do um, the same array, right? So I'm going to do this one, and we expect 4 here. So let me just run this. Okay, so we're getting 6. The reason we're getting 6 is because we only outputting the index. We need to output we need to output the value of the array. So it's going to be nums, sorry, it should be nums output. Then it should be okay. Let's run it again. 4, okay, and that's what you expect, right? So okay, so here what I'm trying to do here is that, like, if the value is already there in the array list, all we need to do is just return the index, the maximum index. Because, so let's take an example, right? So let's just go through this. So let's say you have 2 for this. So the index of this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, right? The very first time the duplicate is going to be shown, so all this time it's going to insert all the values into the array list. So these values are going to be in the array list. At this point, we're going to see a duplicate in the array list because you have -2, which is duplicate. So what is going to do? It's going to try to check it's there. Yes, it is. And then it's going to find the maximum of the index, which is in this case 5. And the output was initially this many of values. So maximum is going to be 5. So you're going to have a 5, which is the maximum index. So you're going to have a 5. So it's going to be max 5 and a negative number. So it's going to, let's say I'm going to put this number, and it's going to be 5. The next time, the next number comes out to be 4, this number, and the index is 6. So it's going to say max because 4 is also there in the array list. So it's going to be 6 and 5, and value comes out to be 6. And then it goes to 10, but 10 does not exist in the list. It's just going to add it, but it's not going to do anything else. And then we're going to return the value. Here we're just returning the value at that index. And if there's no matches, we just return -1. So guys, this is how you find the last duplicate in the array. I hope it's clear. It's a very simple problem. Usually it comes in interviews and also, like, some assignments if you're in university or college. I hope it's clear. If you guys like this video, please subscribe, share this video to your friends. I'll make more content soon. Thank you guys.